Hi students, let's continue with the previous video of inheritance. In this lecture, I am going to explain you about the abstract keyword. Abstract keyword can be placed before the class name and before the function name. Now, what are abstract classes? Abstract classes are declared with the help of keyword abstract. These classes can only be inherited. We cannot be instantiated. We cannot instantiate abstract classes. It means we cannot create the object of abstract classes. They can only be inherited. Now, what are abstract functions? Abstract function can only be declared within the abstract classes. Only declared, not defined. Do not make the body. Just declare the function. See here. Here if word display, first of all, I am writing the keyword abstract here. Abstract. Same program which I had explained in the previous video, same program. Just I am declaring classroom with the help of keyword abstract. And word display is defined. Now we don't have to define the abstract function. Other functions can be there. Also declare this function as an abstract, put the semicolon. This is function declaration. So nobody is here. This is called abstract function declaration. Abstract function can only be declared within the abstract classes. Now what is the use? Here drawing class is inheriting the room class. Abstract class can only be inherited. Even if you want to create the object of room class, you cannot create. So if you cannot create the object, you cannot access the functions of room class. So that's why it is only inherited. Now what is the work of drawing class? In drawing class you can make any constructor, function, anything. But now it is must to define the function which is declared abstract in the base class. Here abstract word display is declared, so it is must to define this function. Coding can be any. You can write anything here, whatever you want. You can print height or whatever the message you want to, but function name must be display. You cannot access length and breadth here because they are private. If they are not private, then you can also print them here. Length, breadth. So main thing is this function must be there, must be defined. If suppose if you are not defining, if third class, one more class is, suppose class name is house, class house extends drawing, that is multi-level inheritance, that will be. Then this function which is already inherited must be defined in that class. So it means last class has to be defined this abstract function. So right now we have only two classes, so here it is must to define. Now you can think what is the use of abstract functions. Sometimes while developing the softwares, big softwares, we are bound to define same name, same function name, some functions with same name or some specific name that we have to take. Sometimes we got the classes. Class actually is a blueprint. Sometimes we got the classes having these data members, these are the functions, and when we inherit them, we can define any function, but sometimes we will be bound. We have to define the function with same name. In those cases, it helps us. Let's continue with the multi-level inheritance. Actually, we have classroom, drawing, there are only two classes. If we have one more class, third class, whose class name is house. If we write class house extends drawing, drawing extends room, whereas house extends room. I am just writing to make you understand. This is room class, this is drawing class, which is we have already defined here, and now next class is house, and some more classes maybe, just to explain you the concept of multi-level inheritance. So drawing class can access the properties of house class after extending it. House class, when we write class house extends drawing, it means all the properties of drawing class will be inherited in class house also in same way, but also the properties of room class, because drawing class already inherited the properties of room class. So house class will inherit the properties of room as well as drawing class. So object of house class can access the functions of room class as well as drawing class. Main thing, how to invoke the constructor, because you have to create the object of only house class now. Finally, when you make main function in somewhere else in other class, if you create the object of house class, then first of all house class constructor will be execute, and using keyword super, it will only invoke the constructor of its base class, and its base class is drawing. So house class will supply 3 values with the help of super keyword to the drawing class constructor, and from drawing class constructor 2 values will be supplied to the room class constructor. This is the hierarchy this way. So first of all, room class constructor will be initialized with the legal data values. These data members will be initialized, then drawing class data member will be initialized, then house class data member will be initialized. This is the concept. Rest of the things are same. You can just create the object of house class, access the functions of any of this class if they are not private.